and welcome back. This video is going to be another come shoot with me, as I've just gotten back from yet another 8 a.m. shoot and I'm very excited about all these photos and showing you guys a walkthrough. A couple weeks ago, a model that I worked with once at his previous agency reached out to me because now he's at a new agency and is looking to expand his book and work on more test shoots. So I was very excited to collaborate with him on this shoot as he's such an amazing model. His name is Bailey and he's currently signed with Muse Models in New York City. And he basically showed me his own idea with the mood board he put together and found the location himself because he had shot at the studio that he liked beforehand and wanted to use the same one for this shoot. So in my planning process, I didn't really do anything because I was depending on his creative direction for this and just wanted to fulfill his idea for his portfolio. Because at the same time, I also really align with the styling and the direction that he always goes with. He's very into high fashion and likes to play with the texture of fabric and kind of wear the fabric. If that doesn't make sense, because I think that all of these outfits in this video are very standard, like wearing the top as a top and the pants as a pant, but he has a very good eye for fabric and mixing them together and playing with them and creating a story. I think it'll make more sense with some of the looks in this video than me explaining it at the beginning, but yeah, if you can get an idea from that. There's a little bit of just a darker, sophisticated vibe from the studio and the fashion itself, and I loved being able to play in that world. So yeah, I shot the photos that I'm going to show on my Nikon Z6, which I will show a stock photo of because I'm currently filming on her. And I used a Profoto A2 as my flash because we also depended mostly on the window light coming into the studio and used the little flash on like the lowest possible settings that would work for enhancing the sunlight, not creating harsh lines of the shadows, making sure that his face was just even and felt connected to the lighting outside in the studio. This is that flash that I mentioned, and absolutely love it because of how portable it is and easy to use. Like, I can bring it in a big pocket and still be prepared for a magazine quality photo shoot. The fact that it can fit in a pocket and is magazine quality, as I just said, it's insane. I love it. Perfect for me who does not have a crazy team or the size in me to really carry six, that's too much, like 3 different lights around with me. So I usually just point it up at the model. This is backwards. Go me. So I usually just point it at the model like upwards and across so that if the camera's right here on my finger, what is this example? It's like just a little bit up. Oh my god, it's like when you're in middle school and everyone's like, I'm taller than you. Like, that's where the light is. So yeah. Very glad for her because that's all we needed in terms of the lighting. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. We did like 6 or 7 looks within a tiny bit less than 2 hours, which was incredible. He was ready. I like shoot pretty quickly. The entire studio had beautiful walls. I don't love studios as much as sets with like walls. Like, I like creating a story, like a still little movie. I don't like a white wall that much. I've shot with a white wall a couple times this year and I've just been like, but I mean, you know, I'm not gonna bash it because there are a lot of shoots that I do want to do with a white wall, but at the moment I'm just on a hunt for these beautiful textured walls with the paint chipping, and just love it. Even the floor of the studio was like a star of the show, which I'd never shot on a floor before up high, but this camera lens that I have, oh my god, I didn't even talk about the camera lens. It's a 24 to 70 f4 lens, which f4 is not as good a quality as I could have gotten because there's a 2.8 available for 3 times the price, but I never really shoot further down or shallower than f4, so she's doing well for me, and she makes the camera lightweight. With that wide angle on the 24, I was able to like stand on a step. It was this random wooden staircase that they had in there, which was only like 2.5 feet off the ground, and just aimed the camera down, and it was perfect. Created like the perfect wide angle. I think I played with wide angle the most today with this lens, so I'm really excited to look at those. I never really did wide angle in the past because I had a 14mm, and 14mm on full frame is very gross to me. It's just too distorted. Like 24 is the even middle. I don't have behind the scenes photos the same way I did last time, but I still have the same kind of videos where we're just shooting, records the whole shoot. So what I'm thinking is I'm actually just going to show the first photo that I've edited, and then with my behind the scenes videos in the background, I'm going to show the final photos of each set. I think that way it kind of gives some purpose to the videos. Last time I recorded one of these, I got to talk about my idea for each shot, and the videos were each individual shot. So I feel like the explanation and the talking was a really good way to engage people with that video, but this way I don't really have the same situation going on. So I'm going to show the photo I edited, going to show my edit process for that photo, and then going to show the photo shoot itself with all the final photos. And yeah, so this is the final version of the first look, the first shot of the shoot, and I'm going to walk through the process of editing this photo. The first step of my edit process is to import all of the images into Capture One Pro. This is my favorite program for organizing the raw files, making my selects, and then editing my selects into a baseline flat image. I want to make these images flat in Capture One so that when I go into Photoshop, I haven't predetermined the contrast or the colors of anything and can truly edit it to my full control. When I'm making this baseline flat edit, I'm pretty much looking at the graph in the top left corner and making sure that it's evenly distributed. I don't want it to be skewed to the left where it's shadows and blacks, or to the right where it's highlights and whites. However, the first photo of this photo shoot had a skew to the left because the colors of the shoot in of itself were just darker. I then export all of these images using Capture One's 8-bit TIFF recipe, and then I will select all of the images and open them up in Photoshop and begin the real edit process. Now that I have my first image in Photoshop, I'm going to show you that I use a color lookup layer and then select a cinematic LUT that I want to use to form the colors of this image. So I'm using Lutify.me's cinematic looks package, and once I've put that LUT on, you can see that it's very intense. So then I bring that down to 30% opacity, and throughout the shoot I change the layer to either soft light or hard light depending on what's necessary. Cool. Now that you've seen the edit process for that photo, pretty much the rest of them followed suit with that same style, and now I'm very excited because now I get to show you the actual shoot taking place and all of the photos that accompany this one with all of their moments and scenes and BTS. And yeah, thank you so much for watching another one of these photo shoot videos. I think the next one I want to do is going to have more of my shot list in it, but I just let Bailey take the reins because his posing is better than anything I've ever seen. I think that he's so on it. Like, I depend a little bit on the shot list for direction because giving the model like a clear-cut sentence like this is who you are in this moment helps a lot. But I think that Bailey is just able to come up with everything. Variety, like just movement, like just being an amazing model. Just as if we're just this giant list, like too quick for me to comprehend. But yeah, 6 or 7 looks in one tiny, almost 2-hour slot, and he's able to create so much variety just with how he poses. I'm amazed. So yeah, So it was a little bit of a different planning process, but very, very, very happy about these photos. Amazing for my book as well as Bailey's book. Very in line with the stuff I wanted to shoot. I've always been hoping to shoot in a studio that had beautiful walls such as this one, and finally, I don't know, between the last photo shoot and this one, I'm just obsessed with walls, like brick walls. I mean, whatever works, you know? Okay, yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you haven't already subscribed, you can subscribe. Putting those away. I'm putting those away. You can subscribe down below if you want to, and then all my social medias are going to be linked in the description, as well as my portfolio, which I don't know how many people are using websites right now other than social media, but if you're interested, all my photography is down there, and I'm always looking for people to shoot with, and I'm enjoying just meeting people and collaborating, seeing new ideas, seeing other people's styling, other people's creative visions, the stories they want to tell, the characters they want to be. And yeah, hope you all had an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.